So what we are going to learn today is called Financial Solver, uh, and this is a core element of general maths exam for financial maths, right? So, with
Yeah.
once you know what Financial Solver is, how to use it, probably it's very easy to solve most of the financial maths problems, right? So first, understand how do we get to financials. So this is your CAS. So on CAS, once you do add calculator, you just go to menu, finance, and you say financial solver. Right. So that is where what financial solver looks like. Now, let's understand what are the key components of financial solver. So there are basically eight components or eight fields that you need to input into a financial solver. Eight fields. So let's understand these eight fields one by one.
Yeah.
I will annotate this on the screen here so that you know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Now, the first bit is the N. Now, N is nothing but total number of payments. Total payments, not the total tenure, total payments involved.
So how many times they've made the payment?
That person is making the payment in the overall scenario. So, for example, if a person has taken a loan for, let's say, 5 years,
Yeah.
and they are making monthly payments, so that means 5 times 12. So, N will be 60, 12 times
Well,
5, right?
yeah.
If someone has taken a loan for 5 years and they're making monthly payments, that means 1 year has 12 months. So 12 times 5 is 60. So N will be 60 in this scenario, not the tenure 5.
Yeah.
Total payments made. Now, in case similar scenario, if someone has taken a loan for 5 years and now they are making quarterly payments. So they are making how many payments? How many quarters are there in a year? 4 quarters in a
Four
year. So
quarters.
in total for 5 years, they are making 20 payments. So N will be 20 in this.
Yeah.
So N is always the total number of payments involved in the question. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I. I is always the annual rate of interest. Annual rate of interest. How much is the person charged per year? Per year in the given question. This is really, really simple. The next one is called
Wait, so can you explain annual rate of interest again?
annual rate of interest is again, as I said, uh, annual. Annual is per
Yearly.
year, yearly,
Yeah.
yearly rate of interest. So if the question says someone is charged 10% per annum,
Yeah.
that means I is 12, I is 10.
Oh, okay.
But if the question says someone is charged 2% per month, then I have to convert this into annual. I have to multiply it by 2. So I becomes 24 then.
Okay.
Always yearly.
Yeah.
Next, PV. PV is always the present value. Present value of the loan or investment. Present value of loan or investment. What is the present value? How much? So if it is the starting point,
So it's the
if
principal
someone,
amount.
yes, exactly, the principal amount is when
Uh,
it is the present value. How much have I borrowed or how much have I invested at the start? Now,
yeah.
present value could have a few different meanings as well, depending upon the scope of the question. So Present value at any given point in time, it tells you the present value, not the starting value. If I have, let's say, if I have taken a loan for 500,000, so for example,
Yeah.
and I have taken it for 10 years,
Yeah.
and let's say after 3 years, obviously and let's say I'm repaying that loan by monthly on a monthly basis. So my 500,000 value will keep decreasing, right? Because eventually in 10 years time, I have to repay that loan. So that means the total value will be zero. The final value will be zero, right? So
Yeah.
at the end, so let's say I want to check how much is my loan still required to be paid at the end of third year. And let's say I come to know that, all right, I still have to pay 300,000. So at the end of the third year, my present value will be 3,000, 300,000. So present
300,000.
value means at the time, whenever I'm checking the value of my loan or investment, what is that value?
Yeah.
And at the end of 10 years here, when the loan is fully repaid, the present value in this in the case of a loan will be what? Zero, right? Because at the 10th year, my present value is zero, right? I've fully repaid. We'll come down to it, right? As we do a
Yeah.
few more questions. So present value in its very simplicity, the starting value, the principal, if you are, looking at the start, if you're looking at the start, and it
Yeah.
could be the value which is outstanding of either its loan or investment if you're looking any given point in time during the course of the loan or investment, right?
Yeah.
Then comes PMT. This is relatively simple. PMT is the amount paid in each payment. Amount paid in each payment. How much you are paying in each payment.
So basically just the percentage converted into a dollar.
No, no, no. So what the question will give you like that, okay, someone has taken a loan and they are repaying on a monthly basis of $250 per
Yeah.
month. So
Yeah.
the amount paid in each payment. So in this scenario, the PMT will be 250.
All right.
How much are they paying on a regular frequency? Then comes your future value. This is very important, the FV, future value. Future value is the value of your loan or investment in future. So I take the same example. So if I've taken a loan of 500,000
Yeah.
for 10 years, if I am at the 0th year, the starting point, after 10 years, what do you think will be the value of my loan? I would have fully repaid it, right?
Yeah.
So that will be zero. So in future, from the point that I am looking at, what will be the value of my loan or investment? So future value is the value of the instrument in future. Now, if someone has done a compound interest investment
Yeah.
and they have invested $500,000, so in future their money will grow, right? Because that's an investment.
Yeah,
So
but in future,
let's say at the 10th year, the value becomes 1 million. Let's say.
yeah.
So the future value of this loan, of this investment, compound interest investment will be 1 million. How much the value will become after you have made end payments, right?
But like with future value, like what how many like time periods they're talking about? Future value could be just be anything.
Yes, I mean time period will be given in the question.
All right.
Time period will be given in the question,
Yeah.
right? Next, the PPY. PPY is number of payments per year. PPY is
So
number of
you're just P.
payment. Yes, your P, the compounding period.
All
Absolutely
right.
right. Number of payments, your compounding period, P. Exactly right. Uh, I should not say that I take my words back. Probably the P that you just mentioned is the CPY. CPY is compounding per year. That's where the P value that you just talked about comes in.
Yeah.
So CPY is the P, the compounding period, where PPY is the number of payments made in 1 year.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. So for example, someone has a loan. I don't know, loan comes by default. In my mind, it's easier to sort of understand. Let's say someone has taken a loan of $500,000, right?
Yeah.
And it is 10% per annum interest rate, and I say compounding quarterly. So can you tell me, when you say compounding quarterly, what is the P value?
4.
Good job. So that means CPY is 4.
So
Remember
then
that.
I'm
I'm
getting
coming to I'm
confused.
coming to PPY now.
Yeah.
Now, in this loan scenario that I've just discussed, let's say now they are making monthly payments. They're doing monthly payments. So now, how many payments are being made in 1 year?
12.
Yes, so PPY. Does that make sense? PPY is number of payments. CPY is the compounding. In most of the cases, in the general maths questions in the exam, CPY and PPY are more or less the same,
All
because
right.
the number of compounding periods and the number of payments made are more or less the same given during the question. That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
But just don't generalize it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
PPY is number of payments made. CPY is number of compounding periods. And the last but not the least is PMT Act, most ignored uh, field of the financial solver. PMT Act is, it just tells us that whether the interest is compounded at the end or at the beginning of the compounding period. By default, it is set to end, that the compounding is always applied by towards the end of the compounding, not at the beginning. But there could be a question where they clearly say that the interest is applied before the compounding period. In that scenario, you have to change this PMT to beginning. And I'll show you, there's a drop down. If I can show that. See here. End or beginning. You see here. But the
Yeah.
by default, in 99.9% scenarios, it is always the, and that is why schools do not bother to discuss this.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Now, with that in mind, let's understand another very important uh, rule of financial solver.
Yeah.
Always remember the rule of financial solver. The rules of financial solver.
Should I write this down?
Yeah, most important. There are only two big rules. Money which comes in the bank account of the person of the involved in the question. Money coming in is always a positive value, and the
Yeah.
money which goes out is always a negative value. Now let's do an example, a very simple example, and that'll make more sense. Let us say, and I'll come back to financial solver. Uh, let us say we are doing a classic loan scenario. Uh, let me just pop this here. Now it says Lars invests. Lars, if you can open your financial solver alongside, that'll be wonderful,
Yeah.
right? And Lars invests. Invests means this is Lars. This
Invest
is
is a
Lars.
positive value.
This is yes, Lars. This is Lars' bank account. Lars' bank account has $500,000 sitting in it,
Yeah.
and Lars has invested. So that means money has gone out of his bank account. He's invested into a bank.
Yeah.
So from Lars' perspective, the money has gone out.
Yeah.
Money going out, and I told you the money going out means it is negative.
Negative.
Now, where do I fit this negative in? So in your financial solver, your PV value, the present value of what he's invested, will be negative 500,000. Write it down, please. Why? Because from Lars' perspective, money has gone out.
PV
Let's
value?
PV, the present value, the principal value,
Yeah.
right? The starting.
Yeah.
Now he's invested at 5% per annum. Cool. So that means your I is 5.5. So it's 5.5 now. 5.5. Don't write percentage, just write the number.
Wait, sorry, 1 second, sir. PV 500, negative
Negative
500,000.
I because the money has gone out of large. And
Right.
I value will be 5.5 positive.
Yeah.
Let's read further down. He makes a regular deposit of $500 per month. So he's making a additional payment of $500. So PMT. So he's also making a $500 investment. So that means $500 is also going out.
Yeah.
So the PMT value will be negative 500.
Yeah.
And he's making monthly payments. You see, it's per month, which means your PPY, how many payments he's making in a year, the PPY is 12. He's making 12 payments in 1 year.
Yeah.
Also, please note compounding monthly, which means the CPY value is also 12, the P compounding period P. How much he has invested in, how much duration he has invested in, he invested for 5 years. When he's invested for 5 years, how many payments he is making? Monthly payments for 5 years means N is 12 times 5 is 60.
Yeah.
N is 60.
So on my
And then
CAS,
I'll come down to it, don't worry. Just keep plugging the values. Okay? Just keep plugging the values.
I'm stuck on PPY and CPY. It's not letting me get out.
Uh, we'll do it together. I'll do
All
it
right.
together, right? And what exactly is required in the end? I am asked to find the value of the investment.
Yeah.
That means I am asked to find the future value, FV. Let's try that. On the CAS, my N value, I'll enter N value to be 60. I value will be 5.5. PV value will be a negative. I place a negative sign, 500,000.
Yeah.
PMT value will be minus 500 because money is going out. Future value is something that I need to find. PPY is 12. So you can increase or decrease the value from the drop down. And CPY value automatically changes along.
Like I put in 12 for CPY. I mean, I put in 12 for PPY, but it doesn't let me get out of the tab.
You just click on the CPY next. Just click or just make use of the drop down in your CAS for CPY.
All right.
Now I come to FV, the future value, which I need to find. I blank that value out and I simply go there and press enter. And you will get the future value to be 69229.2.30 if I have to uh, round it off. So in 5 years' time, his $500,000 will grow to 6,692,292.30. 692,292.30.
But how do
And
we
you
tell
see
the CAS?
the future value is positive. You don't see a negative sign in it, which tells me that, and if you remember this, money
Yeah.
goes out is positive, money goes out is negative, coming in is positive. So that means at the end of 5 years, he's gonna get 692,292.30 back into his bank account. And that is why it is a positive value. All right.
But how are we telling the CAS that future value is 5 years? Like, how does it know that?
N value is 60. If you look at
Oh,
N value is N value is 60, 12 times 5. He's making 12 payments in a year for 5 years. N value is 60.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Cool.